Hiya, Kerry Greenaway, Parasearch Radio here, giving you your weekly show rundown, as always on a Monday. Okay, so let's have a little look back at what happened last week. Well, firstly, on Monday last week, the Supernatural girls, Joe and Gemma, had the lovely Paul Rook in the studio, talking all things paranormal and investigation-wise. He's co-owner of Parasearch Radio, runs paranormal investigation events, and has been in the field for more years than I care to remember. Very, very interesting show that was too. Just going to pull that a little bit forward. Then on Tuesday on the Paranormal Concept Show, we had a few live streaming issues on that show, so it's on two parts. And we had the lovely Steve Collier join Paul in the studio to talk everything strange but true. Things like, does milk really turn, does thunder even really turn the milk sour? So, little questions like that were being asked. All good fun. And as I say, it's in two parts because we had a bit of an issue with with the live stream. So you have to sort of listen to half and then listen to the other half. So that's what you have to do. Then, sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I have a bit of a chest infection at the moment. Then on Haunted Histories on Wednesday evening, Penny was in the studio talking to the lovely Aaron Sagers all about the Eastern State Penitentiary. Thoroughly fascinating, and if you have never heard of Aaron Sagers, then you need to check that show out because it was absolutely phenomenal. Very, very funny. He's lovely. We love Aaron on this station, and the Eastern State Penitentiary is actually incredibly fascinating location in its right. It just sounds awesome. It's one of those I'd love to go to. Now, on PSH Radio on Thursday evening, Carl was joined in the studio by Alex Dugan and Nick Stepani. Now, they were talking all about the up-and-coming UK Haunted Live. That's what they were talking about. And, it was all good fun. Hearing everything that was going on. Or was going to be happening on Saturday night, because they went live on Saturday, is what they did. But we were getting a little bit of a pre one. So that's what that was about. That was on Thursday. Then on Friday evening, Carl and Mark took over the studio to talk about cattle mutilations. Now that was an absolute roller coaster of a show. So if you didn't catch that one, it was a wild and wacky show, is all I can say to that one. Hi guys, I can see you watching. I can't really see comments though at the moment, so bear with. Trying new stuff out. Then on so that's what happened last week. Those were the shows that happened last week. So what have the guys been up to? My Parasearch team guys, what have they all been up to? Well, our lovely Gemma, she went to the Guy Leon Playfair Study Day that happened at the SPR on Saturday. She said she had a lovely day, and I haven't heard any more details on that, but I'm sure I shall at some point. Then our lovely Jolene, she was out investigating pretty much all weekend. I can't give you any details on that at present. I'm sure you're going to hear some of those come up. But I'm starting to see things now come up. Oh, it's all very new. I'm trying something new out, so bear with me, guys. So anyway, she was out investigating at the weekend. She says she caught some absolutely amazing evidence. And I've had a little sneaky peek of that. And it's interesting, very interesting is what I'm going to say. You're going to have to forgive my voice. Hi, Bear. I'm just starting to see comments come up, so bear with me because I'm not quite sure how this is working at the moment. But we're going to have to wait and see for that to go to mainstream. I'm not allowed to give any details away. I can't give you any sneaky spoilers, I'm afraid. Sam, my lovely Sam, she's been doing a lot of work more spiritually recently, working on that side of her. Sorry, bear with. And yeah, so she's been working a lot more spiritually at the moment. So she's having to learn all the fundamentals like grounding, opening, closing. Ashley, because Ashley attended the SPR study day as well. He said it was very interesting, and I'm sure there'll be a blog on that soon. And actually, stay tuned, because I'm going to need you to send a link through, because I couldn't find it. Anyway, Sam at the moment, she's working spiritually at the moment. So she's learning all the basic concepts, opening, closing, grounding, that sort of thing. I'm glad it's streaming on the 2 channels, is all I can say, successfully. Hopefully it's successful anyway. My lovely Penny, she's been she's going investigating on Saturday with the Paranormal Sisters to a place called Bromham Mill. Now, it's not one I've heard before, Bromham Mill. So it's going to be interesting to hear all about that one when she gets around to it. And she's busy writing as well for her second book. If you haven't got her first book, it's Haunted Histories by Penny G. Morgan. It's available on Amazon or Kindle. Very good read it is too. And she's also been reading Peter Underwood's The Vampire Bedside Companion. That's what she's been doing. Now, my lovely Carl, he's a busy boy. He was on UK Haunted Live, as you know, at the weekend with Alex, Mickey, Eamon, Carl and Nick Stepani. And they were at Abington Park Museum. I don't know if anybody caught that, but if you did, let me know how they got on, because I was a little out of sorts on Saturday and I didn't get to see it, I'm afraid. Then Paul, my lovely Paul, he went to Hatfield House with Richard Clements. He went there on Saturday for a Parasearch radio road trip. They seem to be going out on a lot of these road trips at the moment. I've been to Hatfield House. It's an absolutely beautiful building. Hi Joe. Hi Richard. I can see you now. It's good. This is weird. All different. Oh, Sam says the UK Haunted Live was great. It was amazing as always. And anyway, Hatfield House. They went to Hatfield House. And it was actually built, there's 2 buildings. There's the old Tudor building that predates the palace that is there now. But the palace itself was built by the Cecil family, Robert Cecil, in 1612. And it is absolutely amazing. And I've been there before. And it's got an amazing library. So I'm sure they had a great time. And he's also now starting to read something called the Premonition Code, the Science of Precognition, written by Teresa Young and Dr. Julia Mossbridge. And he says it's going to probably take him to like 2037 to finish it. And knowing Paul, that's very true. Sorry, you're going to have to excuse me, I'm a little poorly. Now, there's been some blogs up on the parasearch.org website. Now, there's been Heroes of History by Penny. She wrote about Marcel Mangel, you know, the crying clown guy. Really interesting. There's a lot more history to that guy I didn't realise until she wrote her blog. Fascinating blog. So pop over there and have a read of that one. And there's one that didn't get a lot of attention, which I think should have, and which was one that was written actually by Gemma regarding ESP. She wrote that, and as I say, it didn't seem to get a lot of attention. So go over there and check that out. And I've written a blog recently about the water element of the stone tape theory. It's a theory that's been resurging its head. So I've written a blog on it, my take on that from a geological and water memory perspective, and if that theory is actually feasible or not. But to find out my opinion on that, you're going to have to go and have a read of that yourself, and that's on parasearch.org. Now, one other thing I want to give a heads up to, and this is where Ashley needs to come in with his link, because I couldn't find it, is there is a ghost hunting workshop that is happening. It's actually being run by the Ghost Club, but it's actually taking place at the SPR. So it's like a collaboration between the two. Now, this is happening on the 18th of May. Now, the last time they ran this is a rerun of the same workshop because it's sold out so fast. Well worth it. And I believe Ashley did a blog on this to give you a bit more of a background on that one. Now you have speakers all day. You have Alan Murdy, Anne Winsper, James Tatchy, our very own Steve Parsons, who love that guy, John Fraser. And if you want tickets or further information, then you need to go to www.spr.ac.uk. Now you can go even if you're not a member. Don't think you have to be a member to go. You can still go. So, check that one out. Anyway, what's happening this week on Parasearch Radio? We have another full week for you. Our lovely Gemma is, the events section at the SPR website. Thank you for the link, Ashley. And didn't you write a blog on that? I thought you'd written a blog on that, but I couldn't find it. Anyway, our lovely Gemma is actually having a week off this week. So Jolene is taking the helm in the studio tonight. She's got the Unknown UK guys on talking to her. Craig Jones and Matt Wood, they're talking all things investigations and paranormal and stuff. That's what they're going to be talking about. So that's going to be a great one. Now on Tuesday evening, Paul is actually going to be doing a rerun of a show that we did with the lovely David Farron. As you know, recently David passed recently, a great loss. He was a close personal friend of mine as well. He was the president of the British Psychic and Occult Society, and probably most famed for the Highgate vampire scenario. So have a listen. If you don't know who David Farron is, it's well worth tuning in, because he was an absolutely fascinating character in the paranormal field and had a wealth of experience. So it's our tribute to David Farron on Tuesday evening. Then on Wednesday evening, I see, sorry, I got that wrong. Ash's just said that he just wrote up the event articles for the magazine, the SPR magazine. I thought it was a blog. I do apologise. On Wednesday evening on Haunted Histories, Penny is talking all about Bodmin Jail. She's with Richard Eastep. Now, as you know, Bodmin Jail is down in Cornwall, and then Richard has just done an investigation down there and he's writing a book on it. So she's going to be talking to him all about that, and giving us the lowdown, hopefully, on the investigation that happened. Then on Thursday evening on PSH Radio, Carl and Sam are joined in the studio by Rob Guttray, author, medium, paranormal investigator, blogger himself on ghosts and spirits insights, getting all the information from him and what he's been up to. Then on Friday evening, I'm back with the lads. I am joined backing the lads on Friday evening, and we're going into the alien abduction world. We're down a very deep ufology rabbit hole at the moment, and we'll see what happens on that one, trying to rein them back in after the last 2 weeks where they've been free. Don't forget, if you miss any of our shows, you can check them out on the Spreaker app, or you can go over to our YouTube channel. They all go up on there. And don't forget, while you're over there, click like, share and subscribe. And on that note, I'm going to bid you all a very farewell. I've got to work out how to turn it off now.